good day. Hope everybody out there is having a good one. So I want to check out another one from an awesome band, the ladies, Band Maid. This one is Thrill, and of course it's live. This is just such an excellent live band. If you haven't seen this, ladies, already, you're in for a treat. Here's Band Maid. Let's check this out. This is Thrill.
Breaking you again.
Really digging the riff to this. Simple, effective, awesome, really rocking tune. And yeah, this is, of course, in typical Band Maid fashion, really easy and quick to get into, and just, yeah, awesome. Bass. Oh yeah, here we go. Love the sound of the guitars together. Way cool. Love the sound of the guitars together, and whereas yeah, Miss Awesome on the bass here. Uh yeah, love that. Love the tone of that bass too. It's like just punchy enough, but it's still got that deep, like, I'm not gonna sit here and go on about tones, but it's got an awesome tone to it. And yeah, I noticed. I just realized because slow. um, she's wearing like traditional like garb, where the rest of them are wearing like the maid outfits to kind of go along with the name. I noticed the singer is always dressed in like kind of the that different than they are. Um, is is there something behind that? I'm just curious. I just noticed that. Like, just realized that she's not um wearing the same outfit, but also just the same, right? In fact, I've always been a wicked fan of um that type of clothing. Well, I'm just kind of a sucker for Japanese anything. Um, I really, really love the riffs and the way that they got a really awesome sound, and the way their guitars come together to make this tone of its own. It's right dialed in, and they and it's not putting the bands down that got all the extra strings, but they're showing that you could still kick ass with six strings. Like, yeah, really digging this. Love that guitar. I think it's Dean, or it's one of them new whatchamacallits. But anyway, yeah, um, I love the tone that they have together. It's just they're such a kick-ass band all around. They're just I really would like to get a chance to see them in person. Now, I'm pretty sure that this was from the same recordings that they were doing um, during yeah the can't go outside period there. Um, Band Maid. Have you ever checked these ladies out before? If you haven't, you're in for a treat. Now, they have this really like they remind me even of like bands like Aerosmith and stuff like that with the sounds of their although they don't sound anything like them. It's just like with the tones and stuff that they pull out on their riffs, and I would love to like hear what it would be like for like Joe Perry or Steve Tyler to sit in on some sessions. I think that would be great. I think they are a very underrated rock band. I think that's kind of a thing nowadays. Like, there are a lot of like rock bands that are just not getting their fair due because people, I think the majority of people out there and with what they're listening to with regular terrestrial radio and stuff, they're not hearing this. Even on the XMs and the Sirius XMs, all those things. I don't listen to it all the time, but I listen to it enough to know that I never hear this come up, and that's a shame because I think that Band Maid is a band that a lot of the older school, the one that grew up with, you know, uh, the Aerosmith from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the rock bands that we had in those eras. And I think that the 2000s have like really done a number on the rock genre, and it's led people to believe that, you know, rock, good rock and roll isn't being made anymore. And I would say that, the mainstream here in the States is, that they're still sticking to these cookie cutter ways of producing albums that, everything is starting to sound the same. And, you know, it's, even, older bands coming back, with newer music or whatever. It's like, it doesn't like energize me or make me, excited to hear more of them. Where, a band like this, it's like, you know, somebody needs to copy paste this if we're not gonna just, bring them over here and blow them up. Somebody, this is good rock and roll. And this is just, this is the stuff that I remember like growing up with, but it's like here today now. And it's awesome stuff. I think you know, I think the biggest thing that holds any of these bands from these areas back, whether it be Indonesia, Japan, any of those surrounding areas, the Eurasia areas. I think one of the biggest things that holds those bands back is the language barrier. It's even like that for the Slavic regions and stuff like that, the Finlands and the Denmarks, the Swedens, and all that. Um, it doesn't. It's like labels over here or people promoting music, have a much easier time promoting music that's in the language of the land. Um, and that's kind of, it's sad because listening in the indie region of everything, it's like there is so much out there. There's so much good rock and roll out there. There are bands from Finland and Denmark that are making southern rock that is like, it's the southern rock that we've been missing. That it's just, it's like, but they're not getting, their fair shake. And this is a perfect example of a band that should be a lot more known and a lot bigger than they are over here. And I hope to help in any little possible way I can to, signal boost and let people know. Go check out Band Maid. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Everything I've ever, I mean, so far we've done a handful of these videos, and I've checked out some other stuff aside from these. And everything that I hear, just it's like, yes, this is that good rock and roll that, a lot of people had in the 80s and the 90s that seemed to peter out or fade away. It's like it just went somewhere else to live. It's just like it just moved to, over into the Asian countries and stuff. I don't know what's going on, but mainstream over here needs to pick more bands like this up and, really boost this. This needs to be known by more people. I hope you are all having a great day. Have you ever heard this song? Have you ever heard of Band Maid? There's a lot of awesome music. It's not only coming out of like Japan, but like I said before, Indonesia, all the areas over there. Voice of Bachi Parat and all of them. Just there's a lot of awesome rock and roll that the general public is just unaware of. And they're playing big, huge festivals and big, huge, and with big bands, and they're on big tours. And it's like, but it goes like that with The Warning. I would have never known who they were if it wasn't for them being on tour with Guns N' Roses. So that's what I guess needs to happen, is these ladies need to be able to be on a tour with a bigger band from the States for people to realize, whoa, this is awesome. This is the next chapter of rock and roll, and I really dig it. Hope everybody out there is having a great day. We got plenty more reviews and reacts, all sorts of music news and stuff like that to talk about. Like I said, hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Go check out Band Maid. Show some support. Have a great day.